All right, we're at our secret hideout, and just getting stuff ready. We're practicing now, practicing for the real thing. That's where Christ says there's going to come a time, a day and an hour, 3.5 years, hopefully only 45 days, but where the Bible talks about a time where he feels sorry for women and children. And needless to say, the church is not doing a good job of teaching about this time. They have already taught they already taught most of the church that we're out of here before it all happens. But that's not what I read in the scriptures. If you read Matthew 18, Mark 13, and Luke 21, we read about an event. Daniel hints about it. Jeremiah 25 talks about it. It's a 7-year period. And the marker that Christ gives is when you see Jerusalem surrounded with armies. Not Israel, Jerusalem. Now, Israel is in Jerusalem, okay? The church itself is Israel, okay? Those who follow the law of Moses, not in the sense of saying that we need to be doing animal sacrifices and stuff like that. That's not what the scriptures teach. That's what Gentile charismatic Christians / Calvary Chapel type people end up teaching. But the Bible tells us to prepare. Okay, you see this snow around here? I would not be up here in the cold in December setting up a camp. I mean, it's fun to kind of do it, but I would not be doing that from a South Philly boy. Okay? But we're here practicing because I believe God a few years ago had revealed to me, not revealed in the sense of that he told me something new, because he doesn't tell you, there is nothing new. Solomon said that, King Solomon said that long ago. So we're here, we're just practicing, setting things up, learning how to survive right now, just in case it happens. Well, we don't know the day or the hours, the scripture says, but we are told that there are signs. And the bottom line is the church listening? Are the born-again Jesus people listening? If you are a born-again Christian, Judeo-Christian, one who holds to the promises of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the law of Moses, and again, not saying that we need to be doing animal sacrifices. Jesus was the ultimate sacrifice. And Jesus warned us 1900 years ago, and all he was doing was repeating what it says in Daniel, because he specifically says, when you see that which is spoken of by Daniel the prophet, when you see the Antichrist, him who doesn't belong, him, the one who ruins everything, who's bottom line Lucifer. And most Christians understand that. It's just that it has not been taught the way that it's supposed to be taught. And I think it's because we as Americans, we play, we know, and especially me in the 80s, all the sexual stuff that was in commercials and stuff, even knowing the Lord, I was still playing games. And then I read Revelation 2, 18 through 29, where God talks about how his people were following that spirit of Jezebel. And now he's talking to the church about the spirit of Jezebel. Okay, those are out there doing things they shouldn't be doing. You read it, it's Revelation, again, 2, 18 through 29. And the bottom line is not the saying that those people were going to go to hell, but they were going to be stuck 3.5 years longer than necessary, because God's a holy God, and he doesn't put up with, his word says what it says, and we as humans tend to God really doesn't mean that, and that's not how it works. God says it, and we have to just do it. And I'm granted, I'm not saying that I was perfect. I woke up only 11 years ago I'm 33 years knowing the Lord, and God woke me up about 8 years ago, and only in the last, since 2011, this is 2014, seeing things. So my kids, they're my future son-in-law and my daughter. They probably like, what in the world's my father doing? They're not stars or anything. They're just here to camp, but they know some of the stuff that I know that the Scripture says and what I am now advocating. And so all I can say is for people to read what the Scriptures say and do. Okay, again, this is just a temporary thing. I'm hoping, I still believe we still have at least 2 years if you read the stuff with Obama and the International Criminal Court. If you're listening, you got this far. The Bible talks, or the papers, March of 2014. There's an article called "Obama Winds Up at The Hague." Google it, okay? And then the International Criminal Court. Google that. Those two things kind of talk about 2016 and 2017. Now, again, no one knows the day or the hour, okay? Not naming anything. These people are naming it. I'm just talking about it. I'm just sharing it. You can listen or not listen. If I was hearing this for the first time, I would think I'm a nut myself. But like I said, it was God who was pushing on me and coaxing me, and He knows my spirit. And like I said, I'm nobody special. Again, this is just a temporary thing here, little portable outhouse. I mean, like I said, this is no joke. This is for those people who are charismatics, who maybe we need to support Israel. Again, we're supposed to support everybody. We're not supposed to just support one race of people. If anything, we're supposed to support the church. And the church, God's people, we read it, those who are supposed to be doing, we're supposed to love the brothers and or the sisters more. Okay, and that's not in the sense that we diss anybody. It's because they're our brothers and sisters, and we suffer. The Bible talks about it. So again, just read your scriptures: Matthew 18, Luke 21, Mark 13, Daniel 12, Daniel 9, Daniel 2, and Daniel 7 and 8, which are all one and the same. It's just God gave just read it. They're all part of the same thing. You won't hear it in the mainstream churches. What you may hear in the mainstream churches, well, I think people say, no, read it. What's God say? Heck what people say. People, we're screwed up. All right, that's all I got to say. I just hope you enjoyed the little blah, blah, blah. All right, Yo Cuz signing out.